slam swings. If they only bid game at the other table and you get to a good slam, that creates the big swing that you want for teams. Whereas at match points, you're probably never going to get hurt in a field full of people who are probably just bidding 4 hearts, right? You want to stay with the field, and because if you go to slam and it goes down, you were probably looking at a big old 0, which, as Woolsey would tell you, isn't any different from a small 0, because a 0 is a 0, right? He likes to say in his match points book, he likes to say, you know, your 0 is a little rounder. is all he says, you know. So, any questions or thoughts about this stuff? I know it may seem kind of silly that we have taken a hand that, you know, frankly has a very routine bidding sequence to it, and we've kind of ripped it apart and said, well, you could do this or you could do that, you know. But I think that stuff is useful, even if we end up back where we started. You know, we've gone full circle and say, nah, maybe we just want to transfer and bid 3 now. Just go be normal bridge players. You know, don't be, you know, don't try to be heroic, you know, Woolsey bidders. But I think it's worthwhile because it does get you thinking about the hand in different ways, and gets you into you know, again recognizing the difference between the instructional and the informative approaches.
Would you ever go 3 hearts, then 4 no asking for aces?
No, because your hand's not good enough. This hand here with the 12 count, you're just not good enough to completely take control of the hand and go purely instructional with it. Okay. Now, we're going to look at a hand right now where you might want to do that. And this is on page 62. Little different scenario, but we'll look at this one, and then we'll take a little break for a few minutes after this. So in this case, you have 11 high cards, 11 high card points in a little bit of shape, with a 6-card heart suit here, headed by Queen Jack 10. So you're looking at this hand, thinking, oh, hey, this is nice. You know, decent hand. It's too good for 2 hearts. I could open a heart with this minimum opening. I got a plan for this hand. Well, while you are considering that, your partner opens 2 no trump. Ooh ah. Are you thinking about slam?
Oh yeah.
I hope so. Game is an absolute certainty. I mean, you've got 31 high card points at a minimum. You've got some shape. You have a known fit, right? Even if opener has only a doubleton heart, you should have at least an 8-card heart fit. So we figure 4 hearts, you know, at an absolute minimum, but I think opposite most 2 no openers, I like our chances to play slam. So Woolsey talks about how you have a choice with this hand, right? You could take an informative approach. You could take an instructional approach. So what would an informative approach be? Well, we could start with 3 diamonds, right? We could transfer to hearts. So we could bid 3 diamonds and have partner bid 3 hearts. And then, you know, we are 2 suited, 6-4. But then we could bid our clubs next. That would be okay. And we might hear 4 hearts from partner next. And then we could jump into our key card stuff after that, right? But as Woolsey points out, what if opener has only a doubleton heart? And, you know, opener could have ace X of hearts, or king X, or maybe even ace king tight, right? I mean, those are all possible, if not likely, holdings for somebody who just opened 2-0, right? But opener might, and clearly this is slamish, right? Do we all know from opener's seat, after the transfer and then 4 clubs by responder, do we all recognize that responder is looking for a slam? How do we know that? They bypass 3 now, right? That's the main thing. They bypass 3 now. They didn't just sign off at 3-0 or 4 hearts or something, right? So the fact that responder has transferred and bid a new suit and taken us past 3-0 conveys, yes, I'm interested in slam. But with only a doubleton heart, this person, you know, might go ahead and cooperate with the slam try, but they might cooperate with the slam try in clubs, which isn't, you know, the worst thing in the world. I mean, maybe clubs is a very good slam. But if we're playing match points in particular, I think if we're going to slam, I think we better slam in the major instead of the minor, right? Or we may not get the best score. So that's the problem that you could run into here. If opener doesn't go back to hearts, because remember, they don't know you have 6 if you take this approach, right? Mm-hmm. Your transfer only promised 5 hearts. And even with a pretty good doubleton, you know, why are they going to be so excited to show support with just honor doubleton when you've only promised 5? And so what Woolsey arrives at is he's like, well, you know, you want to play in hearts whether opener has a doubleton or 3 or 4 hearts. Any of those situations, you still want to play hearts. And so Woolsey says, let's not go down this path. Let's not do the informative approach. Let's go with a purely instructional approach. What would that be? Actually, 2 instructional bids, both by responder. First you do one and then you do the next. Does anybody remember from the book or
well, you have 6, I don't know, Texas.
Texas transfer. Remember our Texas transfer? So if we transfer with 4 diamonds, that promises a 6-card suit, right? And this is purely instructional. Opener can't deviate here. In fact, you may just want to play 4 hearts for all they know. So they can't do anything here other than bid 4 hearts, because you can have a much weaker hand than this for Texas, as long as you have that 6-card suit. All right, well, after you have forced partner to bid 4 hearts, then you would make your next instructional bid. This is a surprisingly maybe straightforward, simple auction, right? This is actually a hand that we probably don't want to overcomplicate and get silly with and risk having an accident. Because isn't setting trump and then finding out key cards for that trump suit, isn't that really all you want to know with those cards? Mm-hmm. You're going to find out exactly what you need to know. This is what you have to determine when you pick up the hand and partner opens 2 no trump. You think, well, if I just start barking orders at partner, can I get the responses that will tell me what I need to know, that will tell me where we belong on this hand? Sometimes it is actually just that simple. And look, I come from the school of, I think people are way too reliant on Blackwood, key card, whatever flavor they play. I mean, you know, people just get, a couple weeks ago in Colorado Springs, my opponents, you know, opened, it went something like a spade, 2 clubs, 2 hearts, and then at that point, responder just went flying off into Blackwood. with a balance 16 points, a hand that had no business bidding the hand that aggressively. And they found themselves in 6 hearts down 4. Now it wasn't played optimally, but it was always going to be down 2, for sure. You know, and that was, you know, and the moment the dummy hit, you know, I was thinking to myself, you know, there was the little Woolsey on my shoulder that I brought with me to the tournament, you know, was like, this is not a hand for an instructional approach, right? They did this wrong. But sometimes it actually is that simple. And so, you know, look, you've got a key card yourself. You've got the Queen of Trump. You know what the trump suit should be. You have a certain 8-card fit. So getting a key card response from opener should tell you what you need to know. Oh, of course I have these responses. I know we like to talk in terms of 1430, but Woolsey, I forget, in this book Woolsey plays 30-14, doesn't he?
Yes.
So I have these responses wrong in my notes. But so if the response is 5 clubs, showing 1 or 4. Has to be 4, right?
Has to be 4, yeah.
Can't be missing 3 key cards and have a 2-no opener. Impossible. not when we're looking at 11 points. Okay, so you have all the key cards and the Queen of Trump, right? So Woolsey actually says at this stage, if you want, you could ask for kings and pursue a grand. Again, I don't know. Maybe a little pushy. I don't know that I feel compelled to try and find a grand here. I mean, you could ask for kings if you want, and you could go down that road. But at least for your small slam, you would know that you have all the key cards, even if you have a trick to lose somewhere. But partner has the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds, and the ace king of hearts. Well, that's 15 of their 20 points right there, right? So that they've got a couple other cards in there, but you know, what are those cards? I mean, you could ask for kings. If you found out that partner had the king of clubs, yeah, I think you might be interested in a grand at this stage. If partner had the king of spades, well, the king of spades isn't as attractive to you, right? Because a club pitch from this hand on the king of spades doesn't seem particularly helpful, does it? So, you know, I don't know. I'm kind of, I don't know that you need to be looking for a grand there, but it wouldn't, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to look.
So
If you got past 6 hearts, you might have to settle into 6 no, which might work out fine too. So, yeah.
with a doubleton spade, let's say you move that little 3 of clubs up to spade, so now you've got a worthless doubleton. Do you still ask that for no try?
Yeah, it's so we generally don't like to bid key card when we have 2 quick losers in an unbid suit.
Yeah.
This would qualify as an exception because partner has such a strong hand. You know, if you have this hand and partner opens 2 no or 2 clubs, okay, partner is going to have a spade card. There's no way that partner has 2 quick losers in spades, right? Again, that seems like a, you know, and it's not impossible, but it's almost impossible. Yeah, I mean, partner's got to have a spade control over there. So I think it would be okay. Now, you also might be slightly less excited about your slam try if your shape was 6-3-2-2 rather than 6-4-2-1, right? So, I mean, the singleton is a, you know, is a good, you know, is an asset here. Okay, what if partner bid 5 diamonds as 0 or 3? Again, it has to be 3, can't be 0, right? So we're actually missing 1 key card, aren't we?
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
But that's okay, because if we're missing only 1 key card, we still want to be in slam, right? So if partner were to come back 5 diamonds, yeah, then there would really be no purpose at all to asking for kings, because you're not interested in a grand, but you still want to be in your small slam. So you could just bid 6 hearts at that stage. And then there is one possible sad ending to this auction. I don't know about sad, but disappointing. What if partner bids 5 hearts? Which is 2 key cards, right? And no queen of trump, which we know since we're looking at it. Disappointing, but not, again, not impossible. We could be missing 2. We're missing 2 key cards, right? Partner has 2. We have the ace of clubs, but among the ace of spades, the ace of diamonds, and the ace king of hearts, 2 of those are missing. So we don't want to be in slam. Even if one of those is the king of hearts and could be finessable, this is not a slam we should be in. So we have a plan. If partner comes back with a disappointing 5 hearts, we just pass because we're missing 2 key cards. And we shouldn't try 6. So it's a bummer. It's an unlikely response when partner has a 2-no, but it is possible. Could have almost everything in the deck except those 2 key cards, but boo-hoo. We're around the midway point, so I do want to give you a break for a few minutes. Any questions about this one as we go into break here?